The dating game is starting to change for some people who are now choosing to use artificial intelligence to gain experience. Men's confidence coach Heshmatpour says online dating has been a downward spiral, especially for young men who he believes have had a negative cognitive effect from dating apps.
AI dating, I can only see it as something that's just gonna make the dating insecurities that are already pretty bad out there a lot more worse with the level of awareness collectively we're at right now in this country.
Heshmatpour went on to say the old school way of dating is more important because it builds a sense of real self-confidence for men.
And being able to do it in front of a screen still creates that safety net for us. And that's the thing. That's really the key differentiators there. One of them is more important. One of them is challenging your mind and your nervous system to face rejection and understand that you are safe to feel rejected.
Jennifer Howell, who is a professor of psychology at UC Merced, says she can see how AI dating apps would be useful, but says it's not a total replacement.
It can be a little misleading because it's kind of an amalgamation of how we interact, but it's an extreme sort of version.
She also brought up the pandemic.
I mean, I think that in general, like after the pandemic, we've all had a hard time transitioning back. I think even at the beginning of the pandemic, people made real efforts to maintain and create social relationships, but we're sort of seeing this like delayed epidemic of loneliness, and so people are feeling very isolated. And I think there's no point at which, at least at this point in AI, a computer can truly replace a relationship, in part because it is always going to respond, and it's going to do it in a way that's not nuanced.
A new Meta Gallup survey found nearly 1 in 4 adults across the world have reported feeling very or fairly lonely. I went around and asked a handful of young adults at Fresno State if they would be interested in doing AI dating, and shockingly, a lot of them had no idea what it even was and found it odd when I explained it to them.
I find it a little bit weird. I feel like AI can't really replicate a real person. So it feels like it's like an easy out for people who maybe want to, have a relationship but aren't ready to actually meet a real person with, real flaws, real personality, I guess.
Loneliness and instant gratification come to mind as well.
Yeah, I feel like it could be both. Or you could also be like, let's say you're self-conscious or you don't like the way you look, so you could like hide behind something, and I feel like maybe it helps your confidence sometimes.
A lot of these apps promise users a smooth dating experience. But in reality, there really is an epidemic of loneliness in the United States. Heshmatpour agrees.
Self-worth and loneliness. So what happens is a lot of men, the biggest problems that they come to me for is that they don't feel worthy enough to be able to pursue a woman. They don't feel worthy enough. They feel like they don't provide anything to the table. They believe these stories about themselves that aren't true. They believe stories about themselves that other people have told them, whether it be bullies on the playground or maybe their parents or relatives or coworkers who push them around, an old boss.
According to Meta Gallup, millions of people around the world experience loneliness in their daily lives. Research shows that loneliness is associated with elevated risk for a wide range of physical and mental health conditions, making research on loneliness a critical first step to improving health and well-being worldwide.
I mean, some parts of loneliness are about boredom, and some parts of it are just about not feeling connected. And so I think it probably can alleviate loneliness. I think that probably problematic levels of loneliness could lead to this becoming an essential part of socialization. And so it certainly is the case that people who are lonely or who are finding low success in the dating apps or in the dating world are likely to turn to new sources that might change the way they do things, or might allow them to think of new approaches to dating.
I wanted to see what this was all about for myself to give you a better sense of why people are choosing to do this. Would I do AI dating? No. I have never even done regular dating apps in my entire life. However, what I found while doing research was that the apps asked great intro questions people should typically be asking. Creators say AI dating apps are designed to combat online ghosting. I could see why. 3 dots, he's thinking of a reaction still. And boom, a pretty quick response though. I had to end the conversation. If you are interested in these AI dating apps, some are free, but others will cost you, especially if you want to unlock more features. Some say the AI dating apps are a good place to sharpen your skills. But if you ask me, nothing beats a face-to-face date. I'm Alexis Govea, Fox 26 News.
And if you're curious about the privacy policy, they gather the following information for the Replica app.
Any information you provide, information they collect automatically, and for more information or for more in-depth information along with details on how they use your info, make sure to check out the app's legal privacy section.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.